Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. In today's video, I'm going to talk about my workout stuff, like everything I've been doing in the last 3 to 4 months, and kind of just review them and tell you what I think about them. And yeah, so let's get into it. So when I first decided that I wanted to start exercising more, I was honestly very overwhelmed by the options. Like, there's so many apps out there, there's so many like YouTube videos of like people like Chloe Ting or something that do tons of workouts, and then obviously there's like Instagram gym influencers who post workout videos, and then obviously there's also the option of getting a PT. And yeah, honestly I was very overwhelmed and I didn't know where to start. Initially I thought I'd use Shreddy because I was following like Grace Beverly, and I followed Tala and the BND store, and yeah, Shreddy seemed to be gaining a lot of popularity. And obviously Grace used to have like Grace Fit UK before Band Store became a thing. So yeah, I was like, yeah, this sounds like a good thing. People have got good results from Grace Fit like guides, and so I was like, yeah, let's get Shreddy. This was around like February, but I already had the app of Shreddy from when it first released in like October, I think it was. So I kind of already been like on and off using the app, but I wasn't like consistently using the app. So around the same time I decided that I was going to start using Shreddy, I was approached by my sister's best friend who's actually a personal trainer, and she was telling me how she's starting to do like online based home training programs and wanted to check if I wanted to like try it out. So I was like, yeah, this sounds amazing. And I knew that she has a really good experience with like her own struggles with body image and an eating disorder, so I really trusted that her approach to like food and exercise would be really healthy for me. So basically lockdown started around this time, and I decided I had so much free time that I was going to do a Shreddy guide alongside my PT workouts, because my PT workouts were only 3 days a week and Shreddy had a 3-day guide. So I was like, yeah, it's perfect, I'll do 3 days of Shreddy and 3 days of PT stuff, and I'll have 1 day off a week for rest. Honestly, initially the reason why I got into exercise was I had a lot of personal stuff going on in my life just in the beginning of lockdown, and it was really stressing me out, and I kind of used exercise as a way of like de-stressing and having some time to myself where I didn't really have to think about all those things that were happening. So what happened was I tried to start the Shreddy guide at the same time I was doing my PT stuff, which I also just started in the beginning of lockdown, but I wasn't very consistent with Shreddy. Like, I would do maybe like one of the workouts in the week, but I was more consistent with sticking to my PT program. But then like I think 4 weeks into this into the lockdown, Shreddy announced that they were going to do a challenge, which is basically when you have like 8 weeks of doing your guide and everyone like posts about it and you share about it and you encourage other people in the community and all of that stuff. And yeah, I was like, okay, I'll sign up for the challenge because it'll be like motivational and I'll actually stick to it, because I'll feel like I have to post about it. So I was like, yeah, let me join the challenge. So it was at that time, 4 weeks into lockdown, where I decided to change my old vegan Instagram, which I was debating deleting, into a Shreddy Instagram account where I could like share about my workouts, share about like food, share about like whatever I was doing, and kind of like hold myself accountable in a way. So at this point then, I was working out from like Monday to Saturday for like 30 to 40 minutes a day depending on what workout I had. And yeah, I mean, it was really good. But I really liked how like I had so much time because of the lockdown. There was no like strict timing, or like I had to do it when I woke up straight away before I went to work or something like that. So it was just really like convenient at the time. So most of you watching this video will probably know what the Shreddy challenge was, but it was named Shreddy Steady Go. And basically as part of the challenge, Shreddy asks you to like post about your workouts and share your progress and share your thoughts on the guides, and kind of just like motivate each other in the community and interact with other people doing Shreddy. And like, it's all meant to be like, you know, you post about your, I don't know, like you just basically turn your Instagram page into like a Shreddy motivational accountability page. I mean, you don't have to do that, like not everyone does that. Some people just post on their stories about it and things like that. But yeah, a lot of people do end up making Shreddy Instagram accounts. And obviously when I started the challenge, I decided to follow a lot of Instagram accounts. So that's how I followed like a bunch of Shreddy girls. Throughout the challenge, I honestly loved seeing people's posts because one, it kind of kept me motivated and was like, yeah, I'm gonna do my Shreddy workout as well today. The point is that everyone's doing Shreddy together and you can like motivate each other and be like, oh, have you done your workout yet? And you can talk to other people and like talk about your favorite part of the workout, maybe not your not so favorite parts about the workout. And yeah, it's just like a really fun part about the challenge. Like I loved seeing so many people post about it. But two, it was so cool to see how many people were getting so creative, which was literally amazing to see. Like one girl was making templates and like asking you to share your favorite part of your workouts or your favorite part of your day. Shout out to you, Lana, if you're watching this. And another person was like making TikTok challenges and posting just hilarious content throughout the challenge. Shout out to you, Lisi, if you're watching this. And like another girl became so confident that she started a podcast. Shout out to you, Lauren, if you're watching this. But yeah, like literally they're not the only people that I followed. Like there were so many other people that were posting such creative things and just going out of their comfort zone and doing really amazing things. And I loved watching that. Oh, and also there was another girl who was literally anonymous from the beginning of the challenge, but then throughout the challenge she gained the confidence to share her face, which is like, that's amazing. Okay, moving on though, towards the end of the challenge I started feeling quite uncomfortable with the way Shreddy was kind of dealing with things. I don't really know how to word this. I don't want to come across like I hate them or not, because I don't. I truly don't. This is just my opinion. This is just how I felt, and turns out I wasn't the only one. So like obviously the Shreddy Steady Go challenge ended like 2 weeks ago now, and they announced the winners, and then they now announced like 2 days ago that they have some new guides starting like next week, and they have a new challenge starting next week. So most of the people I follow were like, oh my god, yay, new challenge, it'll be so great. Like lockdown is obviously still kind of going on depending on where you are, and they're like, oh, I'm so excited to continue having like something to do and, you know, it being like a motivating thing. But at the same time, I found I wasn't the only one that was questioning if I should join this challenge. So I decided to post a poll on my Instagram story where I was like, should I join the challenge? Like I'm not really sure how I feel about Shreddy. And a few of the girls that I follow replied, and we started having conversations about why I wasn't feeling so comfortable with Shreddy. And that's when I realized I wasn't the only one, and you know, the other people actually thought the same things as me, but maybe we didn't feel so comfortable speaking up about it because, yeah, like maybe it's intimidating because everyone's shouting about how great it is. And Shreddy's a great app, there's nothing wrong with it. But I don't particularly like the way the team of Shreddy and the team behind Shreddy have like handled certain things. So I'm gonna talk about that now. So number one, since Shreddy is owned by Grace, and Grace obviously also has two other businesses, Tala and BND, and Tala and BND are very inclusive brands. They, you know, they promote body diversity, and when Tala came out, I was beyond excited that a sustainable activewear brand were, you know, having plus size models and showing body diversity and just including everyone. So when Shreddy was announced that it was going to be released, I think around like October of last year, I was obviously like, oh, this is going to be great. Like there's finally going to be like a fitness app or a fitness program that's going to promote like body diversity, and it's not always going to be about like losing weight or changing your body, but it can just be about like enjoying exercising. And I feel like in the beginning it was about that, but I feel like a lot of the time the posts that they share, like especially their workouts and things like that, it's always just like the same kind of looking person, like the conventionally thin, able-bodied looking person. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but I just feel like because Tala represents like so many different bodies pretty well, I was kind of hoping that, you know, Shreddy would be the same. And being a plus size woman, and I'm not the only one that feels this way, it would be really nice to have some representation for like plus size women in the fitness industry who are not trying to change their body, who are just exercising for the sake of it and enjoying it. So yeah, that's that. Now, number two, they tend to post a lot of transformation pictures, which there's nothing wrong with transformation pictures, but the ones they do post tend to have very drastic physical changes. And okay, some of them they do specify that it's been like 3 or 4 months, but with some of them it's only been 8 weeks. And the truth is, like, okay, well done to you if you have that much change in your body in 8 weeks. That's really amazing, but not everyone's gonna have that. Everyone has different bodies. Everyone reacts differently to food and exercise and changes in their lifestyle. And not everyone is gonna be able to make the same progress you did. And I feel like a few of the girls I followed maybe didn't have as much physical progress, but they write in their captions when they post a transformation picture that, you know, the biggest thing that they felt has changed is their confidence or their mental health and how it's improved so much. But I don't see Shreddy reposting these pictures because I feel like they're just reposting the ones that you can see the physical difference in, because no one really reads the caption, even though they do share the caption of what, you know, the person whose photo they're sharing. But I just feel like they're kind of promoting this idea that, oh, if you do our program, you do our guide, and you'll get these changes too. And I don't know, I just feel like that's promoting really bad body image problems, and it can be really triggering for some people, and I just kind of wish they didn't do that. Okay, number 3, they basically do these challenges to get us to promote their app for free, basically. So I know they've done like, I think 3 challenges now since they've opened their app in October, and now it's going to be the 4th one if I'm not wrong. And basically they get you to sign up to the app, and it's like a challenge, so you have to post about Shreddy, you have to talk about Shreddy to be like in the run to win the competition. And the prizes are great, so obviously everyone has a great incentive to want to join the competition. And you can win £1,000 cash prize, or you can win like BND store vouchers or Tala vouchers, or like an annual subscription to Shreddy and things like that. So obviously great prizes, great incentive to join. But basically what they're asking you to do for these 8 weeks in the challenge is promote them. And I actually didn't realize this the entire time I was doing the challenge. I just thought, oh yeah, it's like part of the community, we're motivating each other, we're encouraging each other. But actually, we're just posting about them, and we're all gonna say how great it is, because obviously we want to be picked to be a winner. I mean, that's kind of why you join the challenge, I guess. And so we're always gonna say like good things about them, and then they're just gonna get lots of good promo. And yeah, I just feel like they don't actually care. So like I feel bad saying this, but I feel like they don't actually care so much about us and the people doing it. The thing is, like, obviously not everyone has access to buy BND bands or Tala outfits, because at the end of the day it is a lot of money to buy all these things, and not everyone can afford them, and some people just have like other workout gear or other resistant bands. But I feel, now this is just my opinion, don't feel bad if you're not one of these people that agree to this. I know that Shreddy has given some girls amazing progress and has made them like literally change their life over the lockdown, and that's great if you're one of them. But I feel like whenever we post stories about Shreddy and tag Shreddy, this is just something I've noticed, I might be wrong, but they tend to repost mainly people that use Tala or BND products. I'm not saying they only exclusively post these people, they do post other people as well, but I feel like generally the majority of people that are reposted are people that are also using their other brands and their other products. And yeah, so I just feel like they care more about their brand and their business and the marketing than the people actually doing it. Okay, number 4, if you go on their Instagram page, the description of the app is the only app you will ever need to reach your fitness goals, workouts, recipes, classes, and a motivated community tailored to you. So there's 2 things I want to say about that. Firstly, the community wouldn't exist without us. So this kind of links to my last point. If there wasn't a challenge, there would be no community, because we wouldn't be told to keep posting about Shreddy and interacting with other Shreddy girls and doing all of that stuff. And yes, I know in the app they have a section called community where they have like different chat groups for different topics. So there is that community, but I do feel like a big part of the community is the Instagram part, which is the part of the challenge. And yeah, I just think that maybe without that, there wouldn't really be a community. The other thing about that is that I was talking to someone else about this, and she was saying how she started doing Courtney Black Live workouts. And with Courtney Black Live workouts, Like Courtney is physically there doing the workouts with you, motivating you, replying to comments, sharing posts, just really encouraging everyone and making the community. Whereas with Shreddy, I don't see, like, it happens occasionally, but I don't think Grace and the trainers really come out and like do the workouts with us or join us and encourage us and like comment on our posts. Like all of the comments on people's Shreddy posts are the other Shreddy girls. So without the other Shreddy girls, where is the community? Now secondly, the part that says tailored to you. Is it though? I feel like no matter who you are, if you choose the tone up guide or the fat loss guide, if you and I choose the same guide, we will have the same workouts each week, no matter our physical ability. So you could be someone who maybe enjoys high impact workouts and is already much stronger than I am, but we will literally have the same workouts. So for me, I prefer doing lower impact workouts because I have had an ankle injury. And yeah, a lot of the time I do end up having to change some of the workouts because I can't do high impact things. So because of that, not everyone's gonna get the same progress. So the only thing that's tailored about it is basically if you want to do a home guide or a gym guide or a fat loss guide or a tone up guide. Other than that, nothing's really tailored about it because everyone gets the same workouts, everyone gets the same meal plans, and yeah. Obviously, I feel like if I submitted like one of those form requests and suggested that maybe they could make the meal plans a bit more variable, like changing the calorie intake depending on your weight, because that does matter, by the way. I think they would probably take that into account, and they might make that in the future, but for now, like that is something of an issue, and you know, be aware of that. Like their meal plan is not for everyone, depending on who you are. Like if you're heavier, you do need to eat more because your calorie intake depends on your weight and depends on your body and how much food your body needs. So yeah, I just feel like don't take everything that's on there like completely 100% honestly. I don't know if what I said just makes sense. Okay, number 5, people say that this is a great app to start for someone who's not really like into fitness yet or doesn't know what to do. And to this, I kind of say yes and no. So yes, because it does give you structure, it gives you a routine, it gives you like a plan of a workout that you may not be able to plan without having the knowledge. But for someone like me who's had no experience whatsoever with like strength training and lifting weights, I realized because of my PT who pointed it out that, you know, I was sometimes doing exercises wrong, and like form is everything. So if you do things wrong, you can actually be making yourself more prone for injury, and that's really dangerous. And in fact, I've even seen people posting videos on Instagram where they're doing the exercises wrong. And I mean, sometimes if it's someone I feel like I can comment on, I will point it out and be like, oh, you know, my PT said just be aware of this and be careful with this. Because yeah, I don't really have the knowledge, but because of someone who is guiding me in the right way, I know now that I was doing things wrong. Like for example, with lateral raises, I thought you have to keep your arms like extremely straight and like raise it, but you are actually supposed to keep your elbows like slightly bent, and like it's supposed to be more of a movement from here and movement that's like guided from your elbows, not from your wrists, which is I think what I was doing, and I feel like a lot of other people are doing as well. I don't know about when you guys got the app, but when I initially got the app back in October, they didn't have home guides then, it was just gym guides. And at that time, I remember the workout video explanations were literally like a video of the person doing the workout, and there was like text explanation as well, which I thought was actually really good and really useful, because they had like some things that they wanted to point out, like, oh, make sure you keep your elbows slightly bent, or make sure you are keeping your back neutral, like important things to look out for, which I don't know why they removed, because I feel like now it's just like on the home guide, at least it's just a video of the person like doing the exercise. There's no explanation whatsoever. You just have to kind of like look at it and know what you're doing. And for someone who doesn't really have a background in like anatomy or like knowledge of muscles, you may not even know what muscles you're supposed to engage in that exercise. So yeah, I just think maybe like incorporating a bit more like worded descriptions of the exercise would be more beneficial to avoid people getting injured. So yeah, just a summary, I do think it's a great app. They've got a workout section where you can like choose any workout from the whole library. They've got your guide section where you can like follow along your guide like on a weekly basis. They've got the meals section, which has some amazing ideas for vegan meals. And obviously they've also got the community section on the app where you can talk to other people about like food, about motivation, about literally anything. It is a great app and I will still be using it for workouts because they do have some really good workouts. But I just don't think I'll be taking part in the challenge because I'm just not very happy with the way the team behind Shreddy have handled some things. So just quickly before I end this video, as far as my personal training program is going, I've been doing it for 3 months now for 3 times a week, and honestly, I love it. I literally couldn't complain about it. I love that the workouts change so often and they're always like just enough to push me out of my comfort zone, but also workouts that I can do without looking at it and getting intimidated. And of course, they're very, very tailored to my needs and my goals because my PT knows what I want and what my goals are. And for me, the most important part is that someone is there to point out if I'm doing something wrong, because I don't want to end up with injury since I've already had an ankle injury a few years ago and had surgery on it, so I don't want to have more issues. One other thing that I think I also like is I don't have to swap workouts out. Like with Shreddy, a lot of the time I had to do that. Like if it was something I couldn't do, then I just had to think of something else that I could do that kind of engages similar muscle groups. Whereas with my PT workouts, everything is something I can do. And if it's something I can't do, there's always an option given to me, so I don't have to think of one. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I just kind of wanted to share my opinions about Shreddy and the challenges and everything. And yeah, I mean, it's a great app. It's literally amazing for like workouts and, you know, not having to think about what it is you want to do. But the things I shared is just something that you should be aware of and, you know, make sure you know before you do get into it. Most of this is my opinion, but some of it has been like compiled from conversations I've had with other Shreddy girls on Instagram. And yeah, I just wanted to say that I changed my Instagram username from Mika Gets Shreddy because I kind of just wanted to make it more of like about me rather than about Shreddy. So I changed it to planet.boomy, which links into my YouTube channel, which you're watching right now. And yeah, I guess I'm still gonna post about like workouts and what I'll be doing moving forward. But yeah, I think I'll also involve more of like life things and life-based posts or whatever. So moving forward from this, I will still be continuing my PT program, and on the other days of the week I'll probably just do like other things I enjoy, like Zumba or Disney dance workouts, which I'm really enjoying right now, and like other, you know, YouTube and like influencers that like Courtney Black or Lauren Reed or Chloe Ting or something. Like there's so many options out there. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please give a thumbs up. And yeah, subscribe to my channel for more videos of me talking about random things. Bye.